Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is December 23rd, 2025. And reports stating that Barcelona are currently exploring the possibility of signing a center back during the winter transfer market. And as a result, several players are now offering themselves to Barcelona. Also, Marc Guehi could be out of reach for the club. We have a lot to discuss, so let's begin. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo. We'll begin this video with the news that Barcelona are currently exploring the possibility of signing a center back during the winter transfer market. Now, as you know by now, Andreas Christensen has suffered a partial rupture of his ACL, and as a result, he will be out for approximately 4 months. Also, Ronald Araujo is currently away from the club, recovering mentally. We don't know when he's going to be back. Some are saying end of this year. But even when he does come back, we don't know how he's going to be, how his performance is going to be. And as such, Barcelona are currently short on center backs. Right now, we only have Pau Cubarsí and Gerard Maldini. And Maldini is not even a center back. He's actually a left back. Now, we do have Eric Garcia, who is a center back. But of course, he's been playing in a defensive midfield position. We have Koundé, who's also a center back. But he hasn't played as a center back in a while. He plays as a right back. So right now, we are very short on options. So God forbid, Pau Cubarsí or Gerard Maldini or get sick, get injured, need rest, get suspended, whatever it may be, well, there aren't many options to alternate with those two. So as such, Barcelona are currently considering a short-term solution during the winter transfer market. Now, the decision has not been made because it was initially dismissed that Barcelona was going to sign anyone in the winter transfer market given the financial fair play. But right now, talks are ongoing between Deco and Flick to see if it's a possibility. Right now, they're studying the market. They're seeing what's out there, what options are out there. And based on that, Barcelona could make a decision to try to sign someone. Now, this would be a short-term solution. This would be an emergency option. So don't think that Barcelona are going to go out this winter transfer market and bring a big name, Bastoni or Guardiola. First of all, we cannot afford those even in the summer. Or even the summer options like Schlotterbeck or Marc Guehi. No chance. This would be a short-term solution, maybe a 6-month loan or maybe a low-cost option. Now, no decision has been made. Barcelona are exploring this. It's all going to depend on what options are out there. And again, this will be an emergency option, not a big name signing. So we'll see what Barcelona will come up with and even if whether they come up with anything at all, because they might just completely skip the winter transfer market and just wait until the summer. But of course, I will be here to tell you all about it. And given this news that Barcelona could consider signing someone in the winter transfer market, guess what? Players have started to offer their services to Barcelona as expected. Now, the first player that has been offered to Barcelona through his agent and through intermediaries is no other than Manchester City's Nathan Ake, the 30-year-old Dutch center back, whose contract with Manchester City expires in 2027. He has lost protagonism under Pep Guardiola, hasn't been getting much playing time, and as such, he is looking for an exit. He's looking to get more playing time, especially since the World Cup is right around the corner, and he would like to participate in the World Cup under the orders of Ronald Koeman. Now, what's the problem, of course, with Nathan Ake? Not that Barcelona are considering him. Again, this is him offering himself to the club through agents and intermediaries. But what's the problem? The problem is that Manchester City are looking for a permanent transfer. And again, Barcelona, they're going to be looking more for a 6-month loan or a low-cost option. They're not looking to commit, to big signing or long-term signing or anything like that. Now, the second player that has offered his services to Barcelona is no other than Axel Disasi. I think that's how you say it. Disasi. He is French after all. But Axel Disasi, he's 27 years old, a center back currently plowing his straight at Chelsea. His contract expires in 2029. He too has been offered to Barcelona through agents and intermediaries because he is looking for minutes because he's not getting any. Because guess what? Chelsea, being as ridiculous as they are, they have so many players in that position that they actually didn't even register Disasi. Yes, you heard that right. He has gone completely unregistered, so he hasn't played a single minute. He cannot play a single minute, and as such, he's looking to go somewhere else. Now, to think that Chelsea actually paid 45 million euros only to not register him just goes to show what a mess right now Chelsea have in their hands, where they have signed everyone and their mama, and most of them are not even playing because I don't know if they know this, but, well, there's only 11 players that could start. Now, Axel Disasi did do well last season on loan with Aston Villa. He's someone who, he's known as a physical center back with imposing height, and now he's looking for minutes somewhere else because he too, like Nathan Ake, is focused on the World Cup and would like to, of course, participate in the World Cup. But unlike Nathan Ake, who plays for the Netherlands, Axel Disasi plays for France. Now, out of these two options, let me know you guys' thoughts. Do you like any of these options? Do you hate both options? Do you like one but hate the other? Let me know down below in the comment section. Honestly, I think none of them really convinced me. But again, I am curious to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions. Now, speaking of defenders, we move on to the next defender. This is someone that Barcelona are considering for the summer. Again, the winter would be, if Barcelona sign anyone, would be a short-term solution. Now we're talking about the long-term solutions, which Barcelona are looking at in the summer. And one of them, of course, is Marc Guehi, the 25-year-old English center back currently plowing his trade at Crystal Palace, because Guehi's contract will expire in the summer, making him a free agent, and as such, an attractive option for Barcelona, because unfortunately, given our financial situation, a player is free, well, we are interested. And of course, they still have to be good, right? This is not the only reason why Barcelona are interested in Guehi. He's still a pretty good center back. Now, what's the problem? The problem is that Marc Guehi could be out of reach for Barcelona. Barcelona have met with Marc Guehi's agent. This meeting took several weeks ago to kind of like explore, hey, what's going on? Would you be interested? How much would the salary be? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But since then, there has been no communication between Barcelona's representatives and Marc Guehi's agents. And right now, there are a lot of big clubs knocking on his door, including Bayern Munich and, of course, Liverpool, who came very, very close to signing him this past summer transfer market. And both clubs offering him a high salary, a salary that Barcelona cannot afford. So, another problem to all of this is that Marc Guehi wants to resolve his future by January. He's not looking to wait. He wants to resolve his future by January, which is when he's allowed to start negotiating with other clubs. So if Barcelona don't make any moves pretty soon, because remember, January is right around the corner, then most likely Marc Guehi will end up signing with someone else like Bayern or Liverpool, which, of course, would be a shame. I think Marc Guehi is a good option. Again, a free one too, so that's always a plus. But, of course, we simply cannot compete with the likes of Liverpool and Bayern Munich. Anyways, let's end this video with the news that a former Athletic Club de Bilbao player and a former Athletic Club de Bilbao sporting director, same guy, by the way, he held those two jobs, by the name Rafa Alcorta, has spoken about the whole Nico Williams ordeal, saying that, well, Deco did not handle the situation right this past summer transfer market when Barcelona attempted to sign the Athletic Club de Bilbao attacker. And this is what Rafa Alcorta had to say. I thought what he did was wrong. Speaking about Deco, he threw the boy who had a contract with Athletic to the wolves. Now he's referring that when Deco came out during the summer and made a statement to the press that Barcelona were in talks with with Nico Williams for his transfer. So he's saying that Deco was wrong for doing that, and in doing so, he was throwing Nico Williams to the wolves. That really shocked me, knowing that Deco was a footballer and understands the quicksand that surrounds these circumstances. I think Nico's representative did the right thing in saying to Barca, okay, if you have no problem with the lad, sign one of these clauses in the contract, and that's it. And Barca said no because they knew they couldn't do it 100%. And that's it. There's no more to it than that. The question is, why didn't Barca sign that clause? Because they knew they weren't 100% sure they could field the player from the first league match. The player and his representative said they were staying here, and that was that. So Rafa Alcorta, again, not happy with how Deco handled the situation. I gotta say, I kind of agree with him. I think Deco definitely made a mistake in coming out and saying, yeah, we're talking to Nico Williams because Nico had a contract with Athletic Club Bilbao. So, you don't really say those things a lot. You go pay the release clause, and then you say, hey, we signed them. But I don't think you say that beforehand because then it can end up blowing up in your face like it did. Plus, he did put Nico Williams in a tough situation where Athletic Club de Bilbao fans turned against him, destroying the mural, insulting him, etc., etc., etc. But where I disagree with Alcorta is that he says his agent did the right thing. I think his agent ended up throwing him to the wolves as well, because once Deco made those statements that Barcelona were in talks with Nico Williams, of course, Athletic Club de Bilbao put pressure on Nico Williams' agent, who represents most of Athletic Club de Bilbao players. And with that pressure, the agent then went and demanded all kinds of crazy things. First, it was the clause guaranteeing his registration, which that's not crazy, but there's other clauses too that he was demanding, like that Nico Williams would play from day one. He was asking for all these bonuses and blah, blah, blah. And Barcelona said, sorry, we're not going to agree to any of this. So he ended up going back to Athletic Club Bilbao and, signing the deal of a lifetime for Nico Williams, which financially speaking, it was great for Nico. But sporting-wise, the guy's just ruined his career. He has so far scored 3 goals and provided 2 assists in 18 matches. He's pretty much following the path of his brother, Iñaki Williams, who looked promising, had a lot of offers for Premier League clubs, ended up committing to Athletic Club de Bilbao, and now he's just a washed-out player. Well, it looks like Nico is following in the footsteps of his brother, and all thanks to, his agent. Anyways, that is all for this video. We'll be uploading another video in a few moments, so stay tuned to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, and as always, Visca Barça.